Hello, this is Marvelyn Brown with Making It Remotely, and today we're going to talk about your platform. So, we as business owners use a variety of different platforms, but I want to talk to you about a specific platform that I've been using for a number of years. And I think this is going to um, create an opportunity for you if you're having problems converting visitors into customers. So if you are someone who's just starting out, maybe you have decided to use a free theme, maybe you have a hosted blog or platform through companies like Wix or Blogger, or even WordPress has a hosted version. There's also the self-hosted version that we're going to talk about today. The self-hosted version is the version that we use. There are also platforms out there that maybe don't, belong to you. So you don't own them, you don't control them. Maybe you're putting your products in to various marketplaces, and those are really, locked down. There's really very limited functionality in terms of what you can do to convert more visitors into customers. And some of the platforms that, are more locked down or hosted where someone else owns and controls them, those platforms don't give you a lot of opportunities to put some of the things that we're going to talk about today into place. So you wouldn't even be able to put some of the things that we're going to discuss on your site because they are not owned or controlled by you. So I always recommend the self-hosted WordPress site, and that is the site that really gives you the most flexibility. You own it, you control it, and you can implement pretty much whatever you want on those sites. Of course, as long as it's legal, right? So anyway, we're going to talk about some of the things that you can implement that will help your visitors, and the thing of it is, your visitors have limited time. Everyone is busy. Everyone has things that they're responsible for. And so when someone lands on your site, you may look at your Google Analytics and think that people are just bouncing off because they don't like your site. And that could be one of the things. But then there are also things like the phone rings, the kids are crying, the dog is barking, they're pressed for time, so they've got to run out. And so they look at your site, maybe on their phone, maybe they're looking at it on their laptop, and other things just happen, right? So they close out of your site and they never come back. And so you want to make sure that when someone lands on your site, as soon as they land on your site, there are certain things in place so that you can make a connection with them as quickly as possible and give them options that we're going to talk about. So this is a page that I put together for my target audience. And what I want you to think about is your platform, whatever platform you're using. Even if you're using a YouTube channel or a podcast or any combination of the things that we've been talking about. All of these platforms have their pros and cons depending on where you are in your business building journey, but a lot of them have limitations. Even YouTube is an excellent way to communicate with your audience, but it has limitations that can kind of stymie your ability to really make a true connection with them. So if you are not sending them somewhere where they can make that connection, then you may lose those people who have signed up or become a follower of your YouTube channel. They may come and they may go. It may not be a consistent relationship that you're building with that group. So with this self-hosted WordPress site, let me just show you some of the things that I want you to think about and compare that to what you're currently doing. Now, if you have a site builder or a theme that you're using that does all this, then you are in good shape. But if you don't have a theme or a site builder that does all of this, I want you to consider making a change, because implementing some of these things will really give you the ability to convert more visitors into customers. So we are looking at this on my laptop. And when you think about all the different sizes of screens that people are looking at your content on, I want you to be using a theme or a platform that will size up and size down based on the size of the screen that you're looking at. So a lot of smart TVs are now coming with apps that you can use to look at your website content, to look at your videos, and lots of different things that are coming on the market now will enable people to look at your content on huge monitors. So they don't have to go through all the setup and all of the crazy stuff that they used to have to go through back in the day. They can just, download an app onto their smart TV. Some smart TVs come with those apps. And so they can look at your content using their flat screen TV. They can also look at your content using their laptop, their desktop, their tablet, their cell phone, their Apple Watch, whatever device they decide that they want to use. You want your content to look amazing. And that is kind of a limitation when it comes to certain themes and certain platforms. So most platforms will size up and size down, but your content may not look so hot even though it's sized up or sized down to a smaller or a bigger screen. So you want to think about that, and you want to test your site on all the various screens to make sure that things are laid out the way you want. In this above the fold area, you also want to have certain elements because, as I said, people are pressed for time. So someone may land on your site and they're not going to have a lot of time to be scrolling up and down trying to figure out how your site works. So you want to have certain things in place that let them know, number one, that they're in the right place. So if you're advertising on social media or some other offline, offsite platform, you want to make sure that what you say in your advertising message is consistent with what you say when someone lands on your site. So if someone is on Twitter and you put something on there about turning more visitors into customers, and we're going to use this site as an example. So if you put something on Twitter about turning more visitors into customers, and then someone lands on this page and they automatically see something about turning more visitors into customers, that is going to be a great connection. But if you have something on Twitter that talks about a food related subject, and then they land on this page, they're going to feel like they're in the wrong place. So you want to make sure that there is a match between what you're putting in your advertising and where people land. And that sounds like it should be, something that automatically happens. However, you would be surprised. And if you go out to Google and just start looking at some of your pages, you might be surprised at where some of those pages are sending people. So where you send people is very important, and you want to make sure that where someone is clicking and where they land is a consistent match between those two places. The next thing you want to think about is the above the fold area and the theme or the message that part of your page sends out. So in this case, we are talking to entrepreneurs. We're talking to people who are business owners, people who are interested in making money online. And so when we start talking about things like turning more visitors into customers, that is something that most business owners can identify with. The other thing that we do on this page is we use images that are consistent with people who are working from home or working from a home office, someone who is on their computer, someone who has their tools and their environment at home already set up. So we use this image, and then we use neutral colors that can still match with our brand colors, but we kind of tone down the color palette so that this would appeal to all audiences. So this is a color that will appeal to most audiences, and it blends in well with our image. So then we talk about turning more visitors into customers, And then we elaborate, with a couple of sentences here. And then we have a button that appears above the fold. We want this button to always appear above the fold, right? Sometimes people will scroll down a little bit when they land on your page, but you don't want them to have to scroll at all if possible. And you want to give them an opportunity to make a connection with your business. So you want them to be able to become a lead. This is called an opt-in form, a lead generation form, sign up for my email list form. So basically all this does is it gives someone a benefit of some kind, and then it enables them to put in their first name if they want to, that's optional, and their email address. And then when they hit this sign up button, that will automatically, because this software that we use automatically connects with our email provider, and our email provider is MailChimp. So our email provider has a connection with our site. It's called an API connection, and that data, the name and the email, are sent over the internet to MailChimp. MailChimp keeps all of our leads. So that name and email is stored on MailChimp server. And then when we get ready to send out our communications, we go into MailChimp, and that's how we communicate with our audience. So you want your audience, the people that you're trying to reach, your target audience, you want them to be able to make that connection with your business, and you want all of that above the fold. Now, if you have someone who has signed up and they have, become a lead for your business, then you don't have to worry if the dog starts barking or the kids are crying, because you have that connection with that person. Now, this is pretty standard on most websites. However, where you put your lead generation form, how it looks on the page, whether it, just kind of blends in or whether it stands out like a sore thumb, really depends on your theme. The other thing that we did with this is in the background, we have a picture of someone who is typing on a keyboard, and you can kind of see that as you scroll up. The next area just talks about the problem that someone might have that is in the target audience that we're trying to reach here. So you want to talk about the problem and how, it's really impacting this person. You want to just kind of drill down on the problem area, the problem, the pain point, the thing that might happen if they don't take action. So you want people to take action, right? So you have to motivate them to do that. And so this is the area where you would motivate someone to take action. Next, after you talk about the problem, then you start talking about benefits. What's in it for that person if they decide to take action? And then the next area is where you're going to elaborate on your particular solution. So when I look at certain websites, I immediately, at the very top of the page, in the above the fold section, I see people put the product. So they have a product that they want to sell. And the other thing that you have to consider when you're designing websites is, are you talking to a cold audience, someone who knows nothing about you, or are you talking to someone who is familiar with your brand and familiar with your products? So that also makes a difference. This page assumes that you are talking to people who know nothing about you, or a cold audience. So when you're talking to a cold audience, you don't want to lead with the product. You don't want to have the product splashed all over the page. You don't want the person, when they land on your site, to see the actual product. You know why? Because they know nothing about you. They know nothing about the product. And so that product is not going to mean anything to them until you kind of go further down into the page, because what ends up happening is when somebody, say for instance, somebody saw your product in this picture, and you had this, text over here talking about converting more visitors into customers. I might be interested in that. That might be something that really stands out to me. So I'm going to take the shortcut. instead of reading your page, I'm just gonna go out to Google and Google this brand name of this product, and I'm gonna learn about it that way. And then I'm gonna click on whatever I went to on Google, and I'm gonna go to that person and buy it. So then all the work that you've put into your sales page is out the window. So that's another reason why you don't want to start out. You don't want to lead with your product. You don't want people to feel, number one, like you're trying to sell or that you're desperate to sell. So you want to start talking about the problem. You want to focus on the problem that your product solves. And you want to talk about it in layman's terms so that they understand exactly what you're saying. You don't want to use a lot of high end, language, or you don't want to start talking above the people that you are trying to reach. You want to just use everyday language. And if they use certain terms, if your audience uses a certain term, or it's a common thing in the industry to use a certain term, then you might do that. But if it's not, then you stick to, very basic language, and you talk about the problem, you talk about the benefits, you talk about why your product is the best solution. So in my case, I'm talking about a theme builder. And so why my theme builder is the best solution is written right here. And I go into detail about, some of the problems that people have when they use free themes, and even some premium themes will still give you some of those same issues. And then I give them kind of a snippet of what the site might look like. And then we start talking about support. So the next thing that people, think about when they're buying a product, they want to know, are you going to stand by your product, or are you just going to give them the product and leave them, hanging out to dry, right? To figure out how to use it on their own. So in this case, we talk about the demonstration videos, the tutorials, and all the support that the person is going to get if they decide to take action and buy this product. So you get unlimited support and updates. Now, this is true for the product that I am talking about today. So everything you're seeing on this page is true as it relates to the product that I am talking about. So you get unlimited support and updates. You get technical support. So there's a dedicated technical support team. There's also a knowledge base. The knowledge base has tons of articles and videos. There's also a YouTube channel that you can access to learn how to do certain things. There are training courses. So they have a whole library of tutorials. Now, they do have some paid courses, but they also have free. Most of their courses in their library are free courses that you can use to learn about how to use the product, as well as all the plugins and all of the resources that go with it. Now, if you have any questions about this product, you can contact us. All you need to do is schedule a call. And then as you go down, it tells you who the product is for. It tells you that it's for coaches and consultants, bloggers and affiliate marketers, course creators and e-commerce owners, pretty much anyone who is looking to sell products and services online. And then here in the middle of the page, we're almost middle of the way down the page, we have another sign up form where people can enter their name and their email address. So basically, we are giving people an opportunity to become a lead at the top of the page, in the middle of the page, and then, as you'll see in a moment, at the bottom of the page. Here we kind of elaborate more on support, and we talk about what you're going to get with that. And then we talk about the various stages that you will, go through when you are creating a website. Now, there's also a section here that describes why and the advantages of building this site yourself. So we have a free course that we give you. So you buy this from us. You buy this product from us. we're going to give you a free course that will walk you through how to set up your site. In addition to that, once you get your site set up, you're also going to learn digital marketing fundamentals. So this is for any new business owner. Our goal is to help as many new business owners as possible. So this course is going to, you get 2 free courses with this product. So you buy the product, we can install it for you, or you can save money and install it yourself by taking our free course that actually takes you through the installation. It shows you how to blog, how to set up your blog posts, and how to actually start creating content that you can distribute and sell your products and services. And so this is how people are making money online, and we make it super easy for you to do that with these free resources. And then you just purchase these tools. Now, the great thing about this product is that you buy it once a year. So you have to renew it every year. However, once you buy the product, you have an entire year to get that money back. So think about this. You know, the $299 equates to about $25 a month. And once you get your site built and you start making money and you start recouping that $299, you are going to be good to go. You're going to know how to add additional streams of income. So there's so many different ways that you can earn money online. And so we start you out with one method, which is building a blog and distributing content. There are other ways that you can do it, though, that will enable you to add even more money. Once you start, making money from distributing content, then you can also add additional layers of income to your business. The other thing that you're going to learn in the Digital Marketing Fundamentals course is how the internet is structured. So it takes you all the way back to the beginning. If you're a newbie or you're someone who, you're not really sure if you have all the things that you need to build a successful online business, you're going to be able to go through that course, and it's going to show you step by step how the internet is structured. It's going to show you how to do SEO, how to look up keywords, how to do market research, so that you can zero in on the audience that you need to build to have a thriving online business. Now, you can also pay for this product if you decide that $299 is not, within your budget right now. You can pay for it quarterly, which means you're going to pay for it $149 4 times a year. So when you do that, you are going to be able to get access to all the tools, and you will be able to access, in addition to the training that we're going to give you, you can access the training library that focuses in on various aspects of building an online business. So you are going to have, if you buy this, you're going to have everything you need and more to build a thriving online business. Now, last but not least, there's one more function that you should have in your website, in your blog, in your platform, in your channel, and that is you want to give people the ability to buy. So you want to create buy buttons so that when someone wants to take action, when they want to take the ultimate action with you and buy your product or service, you want them to be able to click on this button or a button on your site and then go to a checkout system. So this checkout system needs to make it super duper easy for people to buy. And when you make it easy for people to buy, they will. You will have fewer abandoned carts when you make it easy for people to buy your products and services. And so when you have a checkout process that eliminates barriers and enables people to check out hopefully in one click, especially when you're selling digital products. So intangible products, digital products, downloads, all of those should be, one click payment. And you also need to have payment processors or payment types that are familiar to most people. So there are, payment processors like PayPal, Stripe, MasterCard, Visa, debit card, credit card, those types of things, so that people are comfortable when they go to check out on your site. If you have some payment processor that people are not familiar with, then they are not going to check out, right? So you want to make sure that your checkout process, your cart process, your payment process is all flowing and easy, so that people will buy from you. And so that is really, now at the very bottom, we do have, oh, how could I forget? You also need to have a guarantee of some kind. So you need a place to put your guarantee. Now, this process, this design is going to work for most businesses, because this process handles most of the objections your customers are going to have. Think about all the things that you think about when you make a purchase. You want to know, number one, when you land on a site, you want to make sure that or you ask yourself rather, am I in the right place? Am I, with this company? And you want to be able to make it consistent all the way across. So if you go, for example, from one domain, so I'm making it remotely.com, if I send someone to Amazon to make a purchase, I want to make sure that I'm telling people that they're going to buy this product on Amazon, right? I don't want them to get surprised when they click on that button and they're sent to Amazon. I don't want them to be shocked. I want them to know before they click on that button that they are buying this product from Amazon. And so if I have products, and I am an Amazon affiliate, but if I have products that I'm sending someone to Amazon to buy through my affiliate link, then I'm going to put on that button, buy from Amazon. If it's something that they are going to be buying on my site, then I'm going to say buy now, because they're not going to be leaving my site to make that purchase. So there are little things that you need to implement to make it easy, so that people aren't guessing and they're not feeling like they're uncomfortable when certain things happen on your site. So at the very bottom, and this is the last part of this page, we also give people an opportunity to join our list. If they click on that, they're going to get this same opt-in form where they can become a lead. So we enable people to become a lead at the beginning, in the middle, and at the end. And then we also have these other elements that we have talked about, on the page, so that people can engage with us and actually become part of our community. So I hope that this has helped you when it comes to building out your pages, whether it's a landing page or an opt-in page or a product page that you're trying to get people to buy. You definitely want to have these elements. So I'm going to go ahead and sign off for now. I hope that you have learned something, and I also hope that you will subscribe to our channel and hit that like button so that you can be notified if we and when we post new content. So I appreciate your time. Thanks for hanging out. I'll see you on the next video.